Hi guys, we are here today with a DIY nutcracker guide. We have a step-by-step process on how you can do this at home by yourself, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I have my lovely husband here for today's video. He is such a crafter dude and he has like painted and made so many things, and he started making these DIY nutcrackers. These are from Walmart. They're like life-size nutcrackers. How many feet would you say this thing is?
They're like 6 feet.
They're 6 feet, and we're going to be incorporating like a collage on screen of all the nutcrackers that he's done. And yeah, he started making these, I want to say like 2 years ago. He's made 9 now, so he has a bit of experience. And then we just started recently discovering through Facebook this year that a lot of people are interested in DIY painting these so that they can put them inside their home, outside their home, to better fit like their color scheme that they're going with or the theme of their Christmas and holiday decor. So that's kind of what we're going to do today. We're just going to go step by step on how he makes these nutcrackers that you can do them at home yourself. So step 1. What is step 1, Hunter?
Get the nutcracker.
Get the nutcracker. So these nutcrackers can be found at Walmart if you're lucky. You can buy them online. You can find them in store. Now, a lot of people do go and they buy several, so they kind of will go out of stock. But if you search around your local Facebook marketplace, sometimes you can find them unpainted. They sell, oh, what were you going to say?
Home Depot also has one that's like a little shorter, and it's
And it's the same like life-size
I've painted
nutcracker.
some of those as well.
Well, good deal. Okay, step 2.
Once you have it, figure out the color scheme that you want to go with. And so there's actually a website that has like a model of this, and it's almost like paint where you can just change the colors. You can also hand draw one and just color it in with crayon just to get your idea and see if that's like the color scheme you want to go with.
Then let's get into the nitty-gritty with step 3.
Okay, so then once you kind of have your color scheme, you can pick up your supplies. So that includes like the spray paints of the colors that you want to use. I also recommend getting some just like acrylic type paint to where you can make touch-ups with the paintbrush. So also a paintbrush, painter's tape. I use multiple sizes. Kayla, you can link those and show footage of that. I use like some thick ones. I use super skinny ones. I use really tiny ones to get to tape up all the little sections of the nutcracker.
Okay, so number 4, step 4, it is a bit more tedious and it's not so fun, but it's definitely necessary, and that's taping.
Yes. So the nutcracker comes base white, and so anything that I just want to leave white, I tape. It's that simple, self-explanatory. I just tape everything that I'm wanting to leave white.
If you love being creative and doing DIY projects around your house, you are going to love Craftsy just as much as I do. They're an online resource for all things creative. They have so many classes, seriously guys, multiple classes like sewing, quilting, knitting, cake decorating, crocheting, arts, baking. I'm so excited for the crocheting. I eventually want to do that. But they also have online projects that you can attend and recipes, which is also on my list of things I'm really excited about. This is where Hunter and I became inspired to start putting more detail in creating these nutcrackers. I just love a good DIY craft, but I never know where to start. And something that I love so much about Craftsy is that they step-by-step guides, which is what I need to create a DIY. So you guys should totally join with me. The first select few of you that click the link in the video description is going to get a full year of premium membership to Craftsy for only $1.49. So you guys should definitely go ahead and get on that now. Step 5 is spray painting. And Hunter, really quick, before you go into it, I do want to say, because I've noticed a lot of people will paint with acrylic paint their nutcrackers. And there's a reason why Hunter chooses to spray paint, because you've actually painted with acrylic paint a nutcracker before, and it takes so much time and it's not necessary, and the paint ends up chipping. So I did want to say that. So if you plan on painting it, definitely listen to my hubs here and spray paint the dude. So you want to explain the process and the steps for that?
Yeah, so yes, as she's mentioned, I have hand painted a nutcracker before. And the reason why I don't personally like doing it all hand painting is because you just have to do so many layers. And it's just like, you feel like you've gotten in this like nice little detail area, you got it, and then it dries and it's not even close. Like you see you have to go over it multiple times. With taping, that some people will be like, oh, well, that just takes as much time. Once you tape it, it's taped. You don't have to wait for it to dry and go back over it. It's
and it
taped.
looks so seamless too.
So the taping's a super tedious part, and I prefer to do that type of tedious work than constantly having to go over it. And then my hand starts cramping, and so I just spray paint. I just put the tape on and I spray paint it, and you might have to do multiple layers, but once the tape's on, it's just literally just going over it like this. So you spray paint it, and you make sure you let it dry. And then you go back over and you look, and a lot of times I'll do like 2 coats just to make sure that, it's not, nothing's bleeding through, none of the white's bleeding through, that I've got a nice even layer over everything.
If it's a dark color, can you get away with 1 coat, or
I still just usually always
to then always do a second coat? Okay.
Just always do 2 coats.
Okay, so before we jump into step 6, Hunter did just tell me something. You have a way, your own way that you like to do them, right? Like, he likes to do the arms and then the legs.
I like to work from bottom up. I like to do the legs, then the torso, with the arms, and then the head. Okay,
so had to throw that in there because we did miss.
And there's going to be a little bit more.
Someone might have a question.
A little bit more detail that I got to go over with the head.
Okay. And then also, just so you guys know, if you have any questions at all, you can leave them down in the comments below. As soon as I post this video, I'll be super active in the comments, so that if you have any questions about anything in particular to use, or if we missed something, or if we were a bit confusing, and by we I mean him, you can ask and we'll answer. Is taking the tape off.
Yeah.
So then that's the satisfying part.
Yeah, taking the tape off. And sometimes it is satisfying until you see that your spray paint bled through. And so that's like one more tip, sorry that I didn't mention with spray painting. Make sure you kind of stand far enough back, like a foot, and make sure you're not just like in one spot. Make sure you're just kind of going over, because, if you go, that causes the spray paint to clump up and like bleed through and can get in, even if you think you taped it up perfectly. I've had that happen, and so that's why I recommend you go ahead and get a few acrylics that match, so that way if it bleeds through, you can just simply touch up the spots that need to be touched up from where the spray paint bled.
Step number 7, spraying the sealer. So this makes it to where obviously it's a nice shiny coat added on top. No, matte coat, right? That's what I meant. A matte coat on top, but also so that the spray paint can last as long, and you can have a good DIY nutcracker, and you can also keep them outdoors. So this one in particular behind us is my mother-in-law's, and she keeps it out here. For reference, we live in Central Florida. It is very, very humid where we live, and these nutcrackers have lasted so good. Like, they've withheld definitely. This one Hunter just created this year, but she does have a couple that were like his first ones he's done, ones he did last year, and again, they were outside on the front porch. He made her one for Halloween that she had out, and within the humidity and the weather, they've withheld very well. So.
Yep, and then that way you can also move them around, and you don't have to worry about scratching your paint. The sealer just kind of protects it from like just normal scratches. They still can get damaged, obviously, but it protects it from like your fingernails, or like whenever you're moving them back into storage, it doesn't, just scratch off a huge chunk of paint. Okay,
so number 8, the details. That's what brings it all together. So hit them with the details, Hunter.
Okay, so like this one back here has like candy cane details, where it's like, red, white. And so, I did a process down the torso section.
That's when you do go in with regular paint.
Yes, that's whenever I go in with regular paint. And so she filmed me. I just did where I used that little bit of skinny tape that I had, and I put like in sections where I made them connect all the way down, and then I just pulled off like every other one, and then I painted over the ones that I had removed, so that way the remaining tape was like a barrier to protect the white again.
So for instance, I will put up a picture or a video up here on the screen, but he also created a UGA nutcracker for his sister. So For details, if you're thinking of doing a sports one or anything that you're like you want to detail on, but you're not sure you can do it with a hand, you can get stickers for, right? Or
Yeah,
or stencils, and then spray paint over the
yeah,
stencil.
you could do stencils for like the UGA one. I bought stickers off Amazon that was the UGA logo, and they're like decals, and I put them on over top of the paint.
Yeah, and it held on perfectly fine. Okay, so step 9. What is step 9?
So once you have your details painted, I would recommend just going ahead and doing another spray of that sealer.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you assemble him,
yeah.
And he's a finito, and you have this beautiful DIY nutcracker that looks like it could be worth $1,000 in store. And my mother-in-law actually does have 2 nutcrackers that are colored and detailed and patterned that she had bought from a store that costed her several $1,000, when you can go and get a plain white nutcracker from Walmart or from Home Depot and DIY it yourself. So let's be realistic here with the YouTube fam. I want you to tell them how long they can, they're thinking they want to do this. They want to know, how long will this realistically take me? How many hours in total?
Mm-hmm.
So with spray painting, guys, not painting the whole thing. Remember, we're spray painting it. We're not going to hand paint the whole thing. A lot of people don't think that you can spray paint it, or also if it would withhold, but I've already established that it does. We've definitely been able to test that. So how long can they expect to spend on a nutcracker? Let's give them an average, because it's going to vary depending on...
I've gotten better at it, so I've nailed the process down to where I do it much quicker. But realistically, with all the taping, it would probably take you a full 24 to 30 hours.
So there you have it. That's how you are going to DIY your own nutcracker at home to better fit your style and theme for the holiday season. I think it's also awesome if you want to gift one to somebody like in your family. If you know they have a sport team that they love or a specific theme that they really love, you can buy one and give it to them as a gift after you customize it yourself. And that would be so thoughtful. Hunter's done that before. That's why I had that thought. But we appreciate you guys hanging out here with us today. And if you end up doing this and DIYing your own nutcracker, please let us know down below. We want to know. We want to see the before and after pictures. If you have any questions, make sure to ask us. And thank you so much to Craftsy for sponsoring today's video. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.